Okay. Well, after you get your publishing situation set up, then you have to really have a person, if you're an active writer, you have to have a person who is on top of your paperwork because artists are notoriously bad for doing paperwork. You must understand, they are in a different world mentally when they're producing or writing or creating, and they're not thinking about the legal aspects. They're not thinking about calling BMI and filling out paperwork. They need somebody to do that for them if they're successful at what they're doing. Now, if you're a beginning guy and you ain't got nothing happening, well, do it yourself. Okay. Well, after you do that, here's where the trouble starts. All right.
Uh-oh.
The artist needs management. They can't do it themselves, right? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So they have to get a middleman. You're looking at a middleman, me. Okay. Now, what does the middleman do? The middleman has connections that the artist and the manager doesn't have. I can contact people that you can't because you don't know them. Okay. So now you have management and the artist only together because of the necessity for them to be together. They don't usually love one another. Now, that's just the basics. So now, the middleman or the manager can go to the major labels and do it and try to get you signed by laying out a plan of how you're going to be successful. All right. Do you know how many times these people at the labels have heard that spiel and they don't give a damn what you're talking about? They want to see your money. They want to see how you're going to spend your money. What are you spending it on? Okay? They're not getting involved with you so they can do all the building. No, they figured that out a long time ago. They're going to let you build and they're going to let you grind, and then they'll come to you and give you some money down the road. Okay. Now, the major labels do not want to deal with people like me, and they don't want to deal with managers. They only really want to deal with the artist because they know they can manipulate them.
Did I lose him? Did I lose him, Duke? Yeah. Yeah, he knows some stuff there, you know. What he's saying is really platinum, diamond, you know, and you'd be surprised at how many people go into this business just thinking that just because they can rap or put a couple of syllables together, a couple of phrases, a couple of rhymes, and you know, and string it together, somehow that becomes, that supersedes all the other aspects of the business. And a lot of people don't know. People like J. Cole. J. Cole is a graduate of, what is he a graduate of? St. John's? I believe St. John's. People like that, them people, a lot of those people have educations. They're not just a guy that just showed up and just say, "Hey, they actually have a English background, a history background, and they go through the understanding engineering and producing and writing. It's a process, and there's a lot of education involved when you just get really up the ladder. No, they don't. I think he's spinning right now. Yeah, that Wi-Fi over there, wherever he's at, is like, He probably need to pick a better spot. What up, CeeLo? Yeah. So a lot of people don't know, and even he's gonna get into explaining payola, and even the there we go. You back, Stan? We're here. Yeah, he's in Chicago. Yes. Yeah. So when you get into all that, and you start understanding that the business side, you got to be able to take care of the business side, because if you don't, you wind up in a pickle, And the more I talk to Stan, the more I begin to understand, because there's positives and negatives involved in everyday activity. Which part of the stick you hold it depends on you and your education level, and your depth of how much you want it. What's your desire? How deep are you really passionate about what you're trying to do? And what happens, a lot of guys go in there thinking this because they can, do this, and then, like I say, put a couple of, they think they can make it like that. Nah, it's not necessarily true. You know what I mean? I hope we get him back so he can get into a further detail about it. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, but how's your day going out there, Duke? Is it dry in Florida? Let me ask you that. What you planting? Oh shucks. Look at you. There you go. There you go, Stan. Yeah, I think they probably need to get the Wi-Fi code from the restaurant and see can they access their Wi-Fi? Yeah. And boy, yeah, and also I want to give a shout out. I mean, rest in peace to Big Rusty out of the Jungle Stones, aka Sir Can. He's rusty. We lost him, so we just want to give our condolences to him, you know, and his family, and hope everything works out for him. Yeah, well, yeah, see, Log, they do be so uneducated when it comes to the business, because they go in it from like a one-legged pony or something, or they don't a three-legged pony, like they missing one leg or they missing two legs. They don't go in thinking about, there's a lot involved. You hear this guy, his name was uh, uh I think his name was Cohen, something Ira Cohen or something. He said they was asking, I guess the question was more or less, what's more important, the uh the artist or the business? And he strictly said the business, the issues. It was issues of business, as pertaining to the artist itself, because a lot of these artists come from. There you go, Stan. You in there?
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you,
You can
Stan.
see me and hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Man,
You got to get you a
Okay.
hot spots,
I was,
man. You got to get you.
man, I don't know what I'm doing from day to day with this internet stuff. But where I left off was was now after you've got your publishing company set up and everything's done, and now you're at the label, you're trying to get some type of deal, and basically it's three entities that don't really want to be with each other, but they're stuck with each other. The artist doesn't really want any manager telling them what to do, and the labels don't want the managers or the middle. So it's just another situation of craziness. So
Did we lose him again?
where everybody's in fighting. Okay. Now you want to put your song out there.
Yeah, I think when he moves it,
Okay.
the
Now let's
Wi-Fi goes.
go to the independent side
Okay, go to
of
the
what's
independent.
going. Excuse me.
Yeah, go to the independent side.
You there?
Go ahead, Stan.
Okay. So now let's take it from the independent side. You want to put your, and you think you're doing something. You got your
Uh-huh.
record on all. So so now you've got your record out. Five, whatever you want to, and nobody cares. Nobody's looking for it. Any coverage, but you think you are. And it's just like when you go to. Do you know how difficult that is to get done? Let me explain why. Each week, hear me closely. Each week, there are over 400 singles put out by the major labels and independent artists a week. There are only 50 to 60 slots at radio. Of those 50 to 60 slots, half of them are dedicated to playing the older hits and the current hits. That leaves a small margin for new artists to be added to a radio station. Okay, so what does that mean? Now you got to pay people like me. And I don't care about your song. I don't care about your artistry. I don't care about what you're doing because I've never met you. So why should I care? And that's what you deal with when you get to the upper echelons of the music industry. Nobody cares about you. You know what we call artists, and when I say we executives in the game, we call artists interchangeable parts. You say, what does that mean? Because
Exactly.
just like a car, you're going to come and go. You're an interchangeable part. You're going to break down. You're going to cause us trouble. You're going to do something to bring us grief. So all we're doing is just waiting for the bullshit to happen. So what do? We insulate ourselves. We want to get away from you. We don't want anything to do with your artistry. We don't want anything to do with your company if we don't have to. Because just like you, there are 30 or 40 other people that we're dealing with that want the same exact thing that you want. Guess what? You ain't going to get it. You're just not going to get it. The realities of the business are, and I'm saying this to smaller label owners, really, you're going to have so much trouble if you don't have at least 200, 300,000 to start. You're going to have trouble. to be asking for favors. You're going to be groveling. You're going to be doing everything you can to get somebody to listen to your stuff. And now, but you're going to talk to people who don't care about you or your problems. Can you help me? Because I want to get some airplay down in Atlanta. I want to get some airplay in the Carolinas. Yeah, I can help you do that. You think I'm going to do? Get on the phone, use my connections for you? Ooh, this is a cold business. And that's why I'm talking to people like this tonight. I'm not talking to you in a nice way. Because when those doors close and you walk out, we don't give a damn about you. Now, if you're paying me, ooh, I really like you. And everybody likes you. Let the money stop and see how much they like you. Okay? So I tell all artists, come in with a little money in your pocket, you're going to have a little respect. Come in with a lot of money in your pocket, you're going to have a lot of respect. Money moves everything in this business. Nobody wants to hear your stories of how you struggled and how you grinded. Nobody cares. It's a wasted conversation. It's like in one ear to me and out the other one. Stan, can you help me? No, I don't want to help you. Why? Because the last time I looked at my checking account and you didn't send me anything. So why do I need to do anything for you? And that's the way this business works. It's as simple as that. And I had to learn that. Understand something. I managed DJ Quick, Sugar Free, Mossberg, Cocaine, Glasses Malone. Um, oh, the artists go on and on.
DJ
I
Battle
know
Cat.
what I'm talking about. Battle Cat. I mean, on and on. And the business is so cold. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
When we got DJ Quick signed over to Arista, whatever you want to call it, I did the deal with Mr. Clive Davis, right? Me and Quick had several meetings with him, and we laid out our plan, and they were very happy to have us come over. It took me almost 3 months to get DJ Quick out of his contract with Profile because they thought I worked with Death Row, and they weren't dealing with that. So after I got past that, now we're over at Arista Records with DJ Quick. The first act they ever signed was DJ Quick. Now they didn't know how to promote a West Coast artist, so obviously they let me do it. Okay. Now I'm heading the program, and this one particular day, I wanted to try to get some more funding so we could expand our promotion for DJ Quick. Well, I called Mr. Davis, and he was very, very lovely person to me. And I laid out my plan, and you know what he told me? He said, check this out. He said, Stan, you're a nice guy, and we really like you up here, and we love DJ Quick. But we're not going to give you one more dime than what we've given you right now. And I said, Mr. Davis, that's kind of cold. I said, I'm trying to expand what he's doing on the East Coast. He says, they don't want him. And I said, what do you mean they don't want DJ Quick? They said, he doesn't move the needle on the East Coast. And I said, wow. Now, understand something. In Chicago, Los Angeles, everywhere else, Quick is big. So I'm thinking I've got some leverage. No, I didn't have any leverage because the DJs wouldn't support DJ Quick on the East Coast. Why did they take that position? Because during the heyday of the back and forth with Suge and Puffy, Quick did a radio drop where he said, I'm no longer a supporter of East Coast rap. It was a 30-second drop that he did for Power 106 at the time. And I said, Everybody on the East Coast contacted me and said, we will not touch your artist. Don't you come here. Don't do anything with DJ Quick because it's a waste of your time. So, having New York go down to Philadelphia, no one would touch DJ Quick. Not only that, they being radio stations, Mississippi, you do not and will not hear West Coast artists. The only ones you'll hear is and this is today. The only ones that you will hear is maybe a song from Kendrick Lamar that is non-offensive. You may hear a West Coast artist maybe doing a feature with another artist, but in Chicago, all the major cities, nobody plays West Coast rap. You don't hear it. Maybe you hear one in 30 songs. In Chicago, where I'm based, I can't tell you the last time I heard a West Coast record. I don't even know any West Coast. I haven't heard Kendrick. I haven't heard YG. I haven't heard nobody. Snoop? No, they don't play Snoop here. You don't get any airplay on West Coast artists east of the Mississippi. So now you're hiring, when I say you're, I'm talking about the smaller label owners and artists. Now you're paying people to try to get your record played in areas that they don't like you. What are you doing? And then if you're lucky enough to get somebody to give you a break and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and play a record, they play it at 2 or 3 in the morning. Ain't nobody listening to that shit. Now you done wasted your money. You hired some people and say, hey man, I got your record played. Yeah, but you got it played at 4:15 a.m. and 2:15 a.m. And I've spent $30,000 with you to do that. No, you don't do that, man. You come to people like me. There's about 5 of us that are really powerful. And you come to us and you talk to us. Tell us what you're trying to accomplish. And we'll tell you if you got a shot. And you say, Stan, how can you tell if we got a shot? Well, I have a network of young DJs that work at the major label and work at the major radio stations. And that's where your record is going. So my strong point is that I can get the information before you can, whether you're going to have a hit or not, because I know whether they're going to play it or not. So I can save you money. I can save you time. Do I need your business? No. I don't even like most of the people that I work with. I don't even know most of the people that I work with in an intimate way doing business. But they got money, and I'm gonna listen to what they say. And if I like the record, I send it out, and people like it. So be it. But don't think anybody gives a damn about you or your record, because it
Stan, I
doesn't
want to
matter.
interject a question. Can I interject a question?
Yeah.
What do you feel about the people from the streets, like the Whack 100s, the Big U's, and the J Prince and the Mob Ties? How do they fit into that equation, what you just said?
Okay. First of all, let me say this: I have never met Wack, but he knows a lot of the people that I know. Okay, from Compton. Wack, I wish I was as smart as Wack 100 is at his young age. I'm 71. I think he's like 42 or 43. But why he's so smart is because he figured out at a relatively young age how bullshit most men are and how bullshit every just about everybody in the record industry is. Okay. He's figured that out because guess what happens? You got all these guys that talk about what they will do and what they won't do. And as soon as they hang up the phone, they call you back. Hey man, I just wanted to straighten something out with you. I wanted to get a clear understanding about what was said. Maybe I didn't come off properly. Okay. saying that to say, in Los Angeles, I'm not talking about New York or nowhere else. In Los Angeles, there's not a shot caller I can't get to, Blood, Crip, or Pyru, or Brim. If I don't know them, then my people know them. Now, why is that important? Is because in the record industry, if you don't have street connections, you're done. You've got nobody that you can turn to for advice. You've got nobody to turn to for protection. And you say, protection? Yeah. Yeah, there's kidnappers out here. And they do it well. You got to understand something. My label was based in Compton. 18 murders that I went through. 18. This is no joke in Los Angeles at all. So now you've got hungry sharks out here in Los Angeles that are trying to get their paper. Big U, Whack, myself, we're sharks. We're going after the meat. I wish I knew what Whack and Big U and these guys know. I wish I knew this when I got into the game. I got into the rap game in 1994. I was 52 years old. DJ Quick and Battle Cat were my first clients. They were 25 years younger than me. I had nothing in common with them. I just wanted to, they were great people. And that's why I started working with them. Battle Cat introduced me to Quick. And then when I got with Black Tone, we formed a great label. And it went on for 12 years. Together for 12 years. Through the deaths, through the murders, everything. It takes everything out of you. It goes from being about music to the streets. So when you ask, how is it with the guys in the streets? First of all, the major label representatives are scared of us. And I say us because they attach me to the Pyrus, Crips, and the Bloods and Brims in LA. They don't know why I'm harmless. I'm 71, man. Come on, stop it. Stop it. I'm not trying to do anything wrong to people. But guess what? The major label representatives, they're scared to do business with the streets because they know at any time the streets can turn on them. And everybody knows most men, if you do 19 things for them to help them out and they ask you for a 20th favor, if you don't do it now, they're pissed off at you. Man, I don't want nothing to do with 99% of the men in this business. I don't want it. And yes, most of the people in my world are from the gangbang area. That's what they do. That's what they've been doing. Do I hold that against them? No. I try to help. You tell me, Stan, well, what are you doing? I'm the first executive that ever went into Watts to do anything. And that was in 1990. So don't talk to me about anything. I was there. Okay? With Front Hood, with Grape Street, with the PJs, with Fudge Town. All of these. I never went to Nicholson Gardens. I didn't have that connection over there. But the Crips were out there, yes. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm not guessing. I know how dangerous this business is. I know what the people that are attached to me would do. Man, I'm sorry. It's just a vicious business that makes you uncaring as a person. I'm a good guy in my heart, but it's just got me to the point, man, I don't want to hear your stories. I don't want to hear nothing you're talking about. I don't want to hear about your fights. I don't want to hear about who you shot because it's all ignorant to me. I grew up gang banging in Chicago, so what are you going to tell me about gang banging? a light-skinned mixed breed growing up on 79th Street in Chicago. I was tested daily, had 22 fights and lost every one. Did you hear me?
You said
20,
everyone stay.
I lost every fight, 22 fights. You ever been beat up, Mel? Well, I have, 22 times. It made me a paranoid schizophrenic. If you even looked at me wrong, I'm capping you. That's what it made me. Gang banging and music, that's what it made me. Uh, really a functioning lunatic. Seriously, I was the one that got the call when DJ Quick's girlfriend was killed, telling me I'm next. I got those calls every damn night for 12 years. Then at the time, I know I'm rambling, but my God, sometimes you got to understand what people go through to make them who they are at the present time. We're coming out, another example, we're coming when Biggie got killed. Me and Quick were standing right next to Biggie when he came out with his entourage. And my entourage was there as well. Quick nodded to Biggie. They exchanged pleasantries. And then Biggie got in his car, drove off, made a right, and the rest is history. Now, from that, people who were standing out there said that DJ Quick had something to do with setting up Biggie coming out of that driveway. Well, when that happened, guess who got picked up by the LAPD detectives? Me. Oh, you must have been involved with this. You're DJ Quick's manager. Then they accused me of hiding DJ Quick for 3 days. LAPD detectives. Then a war was breaking out. People were getting shot and killed. And I'm living through this stuff, and I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I ain't had nothing to do with nothing. I'm from Chicago. But now I'm in the middle of a gang war between Southside and people from New York and all the rest of this stuff. And the people I'm hanging with, man, they don't care about opening a fire on you. They did not care. We had Crips at Shepherd Lane, we had Brims, and we had Pyrus. And these dudes were always on point. Now, I never understood why until I started working there. And everybody was trying to kill Quick. Everybody was trying to kill Quick. And everybody was trying to get at me to kidnap me. Because they said, oh, if they kidnap Stan, then we can get some money from Quick. And so everywhere we went, it was like an armory.
So this
Every,
thing with rappers checking in and being at the forefront of being pressured for money, it's been going on. It's not new.
that ain't nothing. Mel, let me tell you something. You know, let me tell you how I operate my business. I was taught by gangsters. My daddy was one of the biggest in the record industry. He taught me two things. He said, Stan, when you go to a major label, the most important thing you can do is meet two people. I said, who is that? The attorney who puts together the paperwork to get your check and the woman who types it up for him. I said, what? He said, listen to me. First of all, people at the major labels don't like you because you make more money than them. Now, all the clerical workers are seeing what you get. They're typing up the checks. They're typing up the requests for the money. Do you think these women do not have connections to the street? Do
Speak on
you
it,
really
Stan.
think that? Do you really think that?
No,
I
speak
got
on it.
most I got most of my paper done through brought to me by women who worked at the major labels. You know why? I would take them gifts. I would take them and give them trips. Where you want to go? You want to go to Europe, darling? Oh yeah, I've never been. Well, you're going now. And
And
here's some
explain
money
why
for you.
that's important, though, Stan. Explain why that's important.
Okay. Okay. First of all, the women are usually, now don't get me wrong when I say this, but I'm just telling you from 47 years of experience in this business, the women usually run things. If they're not having sex, if they're not having sex with the executive, they know who he's having sex with and they hold it over him. You understand me? And they let them know, oh, are you going to fire me? No, you ain't, partner. You ain't going to fire me. What you're going to do is work with me and you're going to help me get another job if you want me to go. And then I'll be quiet. Okay?
All the
So
dirty little secrets.
that's how that's how the record industry functions. It's dirty little secrets. That's what we call them. Okay? Now, what's another little way that we get you? And I say we, because that's the way I've been raised. I look for ways to try to see how you're going to screw me. It's what in the military they call a war college. And you say, okay, well, what is a war college? A war college is military planners get into a room and they map out a, what would happen if on us to get a plan together. They already got the plan. So when the jump in the record, I'm sorry, in the record industry, it's the same thing. There's a plan. They push a button. They tell people where to go and what to do. And if you don't do what they say and where to go, everything, then your ass out. You're just not in the game anymore. Okay? Again, how do you get around that? Money.
Money. So,
Money.
Stan,
I always
what?
tell people, I always tell people, they say, Stan, you know what? You're always talking about the power of money. Money don't bring you happiness. I said, well, maybe not for you. I said, maybe you don't know where to shop. So I said, for me, I know where to shop, homie. Money will save your life. Money will save your life. So don't give me that crap. I say things that sound real bad, but it's reality. At 71 years old, bro, I don't have to sugarcoat nothing.
So
And if
let's
you,
don't sugarcoat, Stan. I want you to go. I want you to follow this right here. So what happens when an artist steps off the plane in a big and major city, and in his mind he thinking because he got money, he got this jewelry, he been on the internet showing all his money, showing all his jewelry, but somehow he think he's safe because he go to the airport, he might go to the Beverly Hilton, he might go to somewhere prestigious, a big five-star hotel. Tell them how they're not safe still.
okay, let me explain something to you. Please listen, out of towners and you ignorant in towners. Okay. At every hotel, it is usually packed with women employees. The women who work behind the desks usually are 40 years and younger at most of these upscale hotels. They have connections to the streets. Ooh, you know who's in room, boo, 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 boo. You know who's coming in? And you think because you're given a false name that you can hide. Well, you can't hide. Now you may want to get something delivered at a home you're staying at. Maybe it's a friend's home. Well, you got to call FedEx, one of these. They have the codes to those places to get in to deliver the packages. You can't hide from LA gang members. You can't hide. You must, I'm telling you, they get tired of me checking in. When I do anything, I'm checking in with everybody I know. Man, Stan's in town again. Yeah, he's bugging the shit out of me.
So it begins at the airport, right?
No, it begins when I get on the plane to go to the airport. I mean, when I
No,
get in
I'm
my
talking
car
about
to go to the
for the out
airport.
of towners when they come in, when they get in that airport and they walk to that airport. Those are some of the first, because there's all women working in there.
Man, do you think people don't see you coming into the VIP section? Do you really, are you that stupid? Are you really that stupid? Let me give you a little side note. The dude 6'9", he called me and my people come to LA. Would you protect us? I said, I ain't protecting nobody. I said, the people around me, I'll talk to them. And he offered hundreds of thousands of dollars. And my people said, absolutely not. We're not going to touch a dude. And I said, wow. At that particular time, I think it was like 400,000 they were going to pay just for an in and out trip. They said, no, all money ain't good money. We ain't moving on that. LA don't move like that. And I said, oh, okay, no problem. Now understand something. I'm trying to learn. I came from Chicago. I did not know Compton. I did not know Watts. I did not know South Central. I had to learn. And I learned real quick what to do and not to do because I heard plots and I heard plans. Let me share one good plot I heard. This is awful. I heard a plot being hatched where they had a beautiful Latino girl and a beautiful black girl. And what they did is that they gave them, there was a particular person they were after, the gangbangers. And they got these two women and they gave them encyclopedias to sell. And they had the clipboard, encyclopedias, walking up to the doors, knocking on the doors, right? Well, they got to homie's door and they knock and he sees these two beautiful women. Hi, we're selling encyclopedias. Can you help us? Obviously, he's going to invite them in 9 times out of 10. But what he doesn't see is them leaving the door unlocked. And now here comes the jackals. When I heard plots like this, and when I heard people that are in my group, when they heard me having some problems, when they offered to kill people, I said, oh my God, if I have people in my company like this, there's other companies that have the same setup. That's what got me worried. Then my number one guy that I traveled with from Compton was kidnapped and murdered and left on a graveyard. So believe me, from Mossberg, all the murders that I have dealt with at Shepherd Lane, 18, my God, Mel, it's like, man, I'm a civilian. I'm not no hard dude, man. I don't, I don't want to partake in that. And when I got involved in this type of business, man, that's all I got involved in was death and mayhem. And it's so sad from a standpoint for black folks to have to go through this to make some money. It's really ignorant. And I'll
What's
just leave it like that.
Duke? You got questions?
That you broke up when you said you want to go to a new market. A new genre as far as a style of music. Good luck. I would say if you really want to, do you have a particular artist that you're breaking or a company sound that you're breaking that you want to establish? I say a couple of million, couple of million that you could comfortably lose and not worry about it. That's why the major art. That's why the major artists usually go to the majors. They can say they want to stay independent, but then you got sharks out there like me that charge just as much as the majors. You're not going to get around paying. So if you want to start a new genre of music, get your pockets right. The major labels, if you've got a new genre of music you want to start, and if it's to make some money, they'll work with you. They'll work with you. They'll work with anybody to make them some money. They're not that particular. Now they don't want to work with you if you know too much about what they do and how they do it. But if you know, if you're genuinely trying to push what you're pushing, a couple of mil.
Stan, you talked about something called Stingray and
Yeah.
prison officials and government agencies who listen in on inmates and
Let me.
understand conversations and what's being said. What is that about?
Okay, check this out. This is gonna be a trip. In 19, before I got into rap music, I got into rap music in '94 with DJ Battlecat, right? Okay. I before that I was working with the Jackson family for 2 years as co-president of their creative division with Jermaine Jackson. Okay. Now, when I made the decision to leave their company and to get into rap music, we had detectives from the LAPD that worked with us and advised us. So, what did I do? I called up those detectives. I said, hey, I'm getting ready to do this and I'm looking to do this and blah, blah, blah. I said, I want to know the players. Now, listen to what I'm telling you closely. I want to know the players that I'm dealing with. Well, two lieutenants and a sergeant came over. Obviously, it's to the Jackson's estate. Everybody wanted to know them at the time. And they laid out for me a dossier of Compton, Watts, and South Central, of all the shot callers' names, what they did, and who they did it with. And I looked at this. I said, oh my God, these people these people being the detectives, they know everything about what you're doing. And I started to ask questions. I said, how do you keep track of all this? They said, as soon as it goes over $250,000, whatever they're doing to make money, then we latch on to them. I said, well, how do you latch on to them? They said, well, we use the Stingray. And I said, what? A Stingray? I said, yeah. I said, tell me about the Stingray. He says, well, don't you know that we could stop all phone calls coming out of a prison through cell phones? And I said, wow, I thought they got snuck in and people. He said, no, no, listen. He says, Stan, we have a thing called Stingray. And the Stingray mimics cell phone towers. I said, what? He said, yeah. So when the calls from the prison come out, we hear who they're talking to, what they're saying through the Stingray apparatus. I said, oh my God. They said, why do you think, they said, why do you think we let them have it? We know the time that they dial the number from in their cell to where they're going. Now, here's the bad part about it. Who they're calling is now put on the chain of eavesdropping. because they don't know if you're part of the organization. So now you're on the stingray list and you don't even know you're being recorded. But it was all
Right.
because he made a call to you. It could just been about some money. Can you help me on my books? No, 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 sir. You know that he's in prison and he's calling you without the recording coming on saying what it says to let you know he's calling from prison. So that means you are part of the cover up. And in law enforcement, for a conspiracy charge, all there needs to be is two people talking about it. It doesn't have to be acted upon. Just the planning is now a conspiracy charge. So I'm telling all of you out there, better watch your mouth, watch what you're saying, because you're very stupid talking about your little games and what you're doing. And you're getting on the internet showing what you're doing. Man, you are the most stupid people I've ever seen in my life. So, no, I don't take chances. I don't want to take chances. It's that dangerous out there.
I got a question for one of the chat room members, Aldridge. He asked how the Stan knows the children or the grandchildren of Edward Jones, the Chicago policy king.
No, I I do not. I was unfortunately caught up gang banging in Chicago from '65 until I left the city in '69 and came to Los Angeles. And I came from a whole different structure. Chicago was totally different than Los Angeles, and I had to learn how to adapt.
Right on, Stan. Before I let you go, though, Stan, I need you to explain payola and how the feds watch the radio companies and the artists.
Okay, check this out. Just say, Mel, you have a new artist, and the artist's name is 123. All right. And you come to Stan and you say, Stan, I need to try to get some airplay on my artist 123. I say, okay. I have some relationships. Maybe I can see what I can do for you. Where do you want to promote it? Well, I want to promote it in Los Angeles and I want to promote it in the Western region. Okay, I said, give me 60,000. All right, you give me 60,000. I go with my contacts to the program directors. Okay, I tell the program director, this is what I'm trying to code you. I'm talking, you know. I go to the program director. I tell them this is my priority. Help me with this. They understand. So now they start to help me. Well, I got to help them. It works both ways. So historically, people in payola would send people on trips. These are the promotion executives at the major labels. My father was the biggest. He was the godfather of payola. He controlled 82 black music stations in the United States. And that's where I got all my game from. I just sat up there, listened, watched, and met the people that he knew. And that's how I got my clout. Okay. So now you got this record out by 123. You gave me 60,000. Now I go to try to get you some radio play. Now remember what I told you before. If I don't like you or people don't like you, now your record's getting played at 2 and 3 in the morning. I'm doing what you paid me for, but ain't nobody listening at that time. So there's nothing that you can say to me that I did wrong. Okay. So now, in the record industry, how do you get to number one? This is how you get to number one. 82 stations playing your record at the same time. Not one record company, not one radio station plays your record, and then the following 2 weeks, another radio station comes on to start playing it. No, they all go at once. Now, when they're all playing it at once, then you got to have some sales figures to back that up. Now, your artist 123 is on Universal, right? Just say he's on Universal. Well, just say your competitor is on Sony, and they've got an artist called ABC. Well, they have those relationships with the program directors as well. And so what they're battling for is for one of those or two of those program directors to take your music off for one day. If they take your music off for one day, that means you can't go number one. And now you're calling up, you being the Universal people, man, what happened to my record? You took my record off. Oh, I'm sorry. The radio station. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll put it back on next week. But the damage has already been done. You're no longer number one. And as they say in the record industry, listen to this. The numbers 2, 6, and 11 don't matter. And you say, what the hell does that mean? 2, 6, and 11 don't matter. The only thing people remember is number 1, number 5, or number 10. 2, 6, and 11 don't matter. I had a number 1 record. I had a top 5 record. I had a top 10 record. That's all that matters. 2, 6, and 11 don't matter. I don't care if you're number 2. I don't care if you're number 3. Doesn't sound as good as top 1, number 1, and top 5 and top 10. It's just a different
How
approach.
how how successful can artists be just strictly dealing with social media? Is there can it do artists become successful?
No,
What's the percentage? Is there a percentage?
I would say this. You can blow up on TikTok if you got a dance record, something really weird, like a new dance you're coming out with. They love new dances. But anything else, now you have to grind. Now you have to ask people for favors because you're now a new artist, you're a record company, you're trying to get into the game. Don't nobody know you or care about you. You got to ask and beg, man. And so now you're spending all your money, and we call it having a hit and going broke. It's like if Mel has this 1, 2, 3 record and it's blowing up in Los Angeles, but now Phoenix, Albuquerque, all these other, they want to add your record too, but they say to you, hey Mel, we're going to add your record, but you got to send 1, 2, 3 in here to do a show for us for free. Now you got to pay for airfare, hotel, all that shit for free to get your record added. And if you don't do it, you ain't getting your record added.
Hmm.
It's a cold
Do
game.
you have any more questions? I know, Stan, I don't want to keep you too much longer because I know you got things, you're a busy man. But Stan, shout out your book, man.
My book, my book is called Sharks, Demons, and Gangsters. And it's not a gossip book. It's a book about the 18 murders at my label and about how the record industry was formed, black music was formed. Because you must understand, my father, my uncle, named Ewart Abner, and our two family friends called Vivian Carter and Jimmy Bracken started the first black music record company in America. Not Motown, not anybody else. My family and Vivian Carter, it was called VJ, VEEJAY, VJ Records. Now check this out. Guess what the first one of the first acts that they signed? The Beatles. Did you hear me? The Beatles. It was called, the album was called Introducing the Beatles. They were signed to a black label, but the money ran
The
out.
Beatles.
The Beatles, but the money
Oh,
ran out.
oh.
And my father and them sold the contract.
And then they blew up.
My father and them sold the contract to Capitol Records, where they still are to this day. Just look it up. VJ
Wow.
Records. That's it. So I have seen from the start, I have seen all the things that you want to talk about. I've just seen it. I've been hired by the chairman of EMI Records in 1990. No, I think it was 2000. Some whenever Suge was selling Death Row.
Death Row.
Yeah, whenever Suge was selling Death Row, Capitol Records, I had the first full service gangster rap label in the history of Capitol Records. It was called G Vine Entertainment. And I signed gang members from Los Angeles. Okay. Well, little did I know, when they gave me the deal, it was for a reason. What was the reason? It was not because they liked me. They knew what I can do. They knew I had a relationship with Suge Knight. And they wanted, Capitol wanted to buy Death Row. So Capitol hired me to take their president back and forth to meet Suge for a couple of months. And here's the funny thing. We got down to the wire, but as you know, Suge eventually went with Universal. Okay. Well, when the deal with Universal and Suge got done, I was going back to my office at Capitol Records to do some business for my label, and I was stopped at the gate at Capitol Records. And I said, whoa, why am I being stopped? I'm going up to my office. It was a young brother that worked there. He said, Stan, you're my homie, man. He said, I can't let you in the building. I said, what? I got an office up there. He said, no, you had an office up there. I said, what happened? He said, well, they know you have a relationship with Suge Knight and they're afraid of you. I said, excuse me? I said, they hired me because I have a respectful relationship with the man. I met Suge through my good buddy and named Lee Ford from Compton, who grew up with Suge. But now, since the deal didn't go through, I'm banned from Capitol Records because I had a relationship with Suge Knight. So don't tell me about
Yeah,
this
that's
business, man.
crazy.
Don't tell me about this business.
Did you got two devices on?
What? What?
Yeah. No, I thought
I,
somebody had two devices on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yes.
Dr. Duke Farrell.
I'll just put it to you like this, and no negatives to the females out here. I'm just telling you, most women will move for money, and most men will move for money. So if money is offered, it takes a special person to turn down a big bag if it's not going to hurt somebody. Now, if you want to influence somebody to do something for you, that bag really works.
Shout out to my guy Lee Ford, man. I got to call Lee too, Stan.
Oh yeah, that's my guy, man. He just don't know nothing about football. With him and Big U like the Vikings. So I mean, they you know.
Yeah, I don't know how you like the Vikings, man. That purple, man. That purple just don't do nothing for me.
How they doesn't. I'm just telling you. We know Grape Street loves them, but hey, what can I tell you?
Well, Stan, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your information, your knowledge, your incredible experiences that you had throughout the music industry, the time you spent with the Temptation, the Pointer Sisters, the Jackson Five, Battle Cat, DJ Quick, and Mossbird and Sugar Free, and all the other artists that you've been in that you had the incredible experience to spend time with, man. We appreciate you for sharing with us on the Hood Post, man.
Hey Mel, I would never do this, but from the great Stan Shepherd's mouth, he tells me this every day for a long time. It's about what you're doing, so you have to make sure you include ESCDs to that legendary cast, because that's what he got.
SCDs, man. That's my guy out of Chicago, man. City Hood Click. Let's go. Y'all better go tap in.
And
Get ready.
that's my guy, man. He keeps me safe here in this city, man. You know,
Yes, sir. Yes,
I don't
sir.
go, no, I don't mess around. It's like when I come to Compton, I'm burning up the phone, the mail, Lee Ford, all Don Juan, Big Ducky. I'm calling everybody. They're not gonna escape me, man.
All them my partners. All them my partners. So
I'm
definitely
checking
call
in
us
with
all.
everybody. I'm scary. I'm I'm scary, man, and I've been beaten up too much in my life, man. I don't want to get beat up again. So I don't want to do anything wrong to anybody. I just stay out the way, man, because when you're scary, you're dangerous. I don't trust myself because I'm scary. And I just want to be left alone, man, because I'm jumpy, I'm scary. I just stay out the way, man. You know.
ESCDs, where can they find you at?
Oh man, everybody, y'all can find me on every social media platform, every musical platform at ESCDEEZ, everywhere, man. Just type it in, it should pop up, man. Salute to Big Mill and the Hood Postman Show. Show always showing us love, man, and treating us like players, man. Thank you so much.
Man, that's for real, man. And shout out to my guy, my co-host, Dr. Duke Farrell. Where can they find you, Dr. Duke?
Yes, sir, Dr.
And you know what? Let me say this to you. I always, when I look at people because I'm a marketing man, I'm a promotion man, right? You got a great vibe on screen, and you and Mel are working cool together, man. That's that's really cool.
Say
And
that.
you know what's cool? Like I told Mel about 3 months ago, right? I was in this little place, and I heard the two young people talking about. I don't want to say how they were saying, but they were saying, "Yeah, the Hood Postman, man, that's my dog. I tune in to him every day now." Knowing, knowing I wanted to turn around and looking like I'm looking, they probably said, "Shut up, white boy." And then I just had to shut up, you know. But saying all that to say, man, Mel, you are such a talent, and the brother that's next to you right there, man, it's a pleasure to meet you. Man, y'all got a good vibe, man. I wish you guys
Thank you, man.
nothing but the
And
best.
we definitely got to plug the Los Angeles Hub and the Dub Institution of Peace coming soon. Stan Shepherd is the CEO. I'm part of the project. DJ Battle Cat, Cocaine, the amazing Lisa Smith, and others. We got a cohesiveness that just won't quit. I'm telling you,
Man,
you better get behind it. It's
I'm
gonna
so
happen.
excited. I'm so excited about this because for the first time, I've always worked with men, right?
I
For
think
the
Stan
first
breaking up.
time, for the first time, I'm working with two women. I'm working with Vanessa Morris in the Los Angeles uh, uh, building of what we're doing, and Melly Mill. He's handling Compton, and my other
I
son
think
side,
I
other
think our
son.
Wi-Fi don't ran out, man.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna let
Well,
you guys.
Stan, you have a good night, and we'll talk soon, my brother.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Shout out to Stan Shepherd. Man, that was amazing, Duke. I was, the old man got a lot of information, man, and it's kind of hard to squeeze it all into 1 hour. Shout out to Real Inglewood Moments. Shout out for tapping in. It's hard to squeeze it all into one moment, man. You want to address the people before we get up out of here? Shout out to the Rennie Loken out there. She out there somewhere, Loken. Okay, for sure. I'll tap in with you soon, fam. Shout out to Duke, Dr. Ali, Duke Pharaoh. We
When it come to marketing, I'm a genius, family. You dig? Because in marketing, what you have to do with people is you have to make them engage. You understand? You have to find the triggers in the things that make people engage. Now, fam, I got people that done been around stars, entertain stars. You dig? I deal with folks, man, on a higher level, fam. Bro, this is Stan the motherfucking man. Bro, to be talking to a legend with my legendary Mo 3, bro, nigga, what? Man, I'm having legendary conversations, fam. I'm talking about legendary moments, fam. You dig? I'm gonna be able to go back on the time that Stan said, man, I like your vibe, fam. You dig? What you miss? I was just chopping it up with Stan Shepherd on the Postman, my partner Postman channel. Hold on, we finna look up Stan Shepherd so you can see the climate, my neighbor. Hold on. I got to follow Stan though. Bro, this dude is a motherfucking hey, who just heard that? Who just heard what he just said at the end? Was y'all listening to that? Man, who just heard that, man? If you ain't hear that man say, man, y'all know Pharaoh love his honor, man. I can't hold you, fam. I love my honor. I'm saying my honor is everything to me. You heard? So when it comes to being honored and you being able to honor other people who is like, at the top of this whole veteran music executive Stan Shepherd pleading with Chicago radio stations to cut back on song promoting gang violence. Bro, when you hear hold on, let me see. Stan Shepherd online. This is who I just talked to, y'all. Stan Shepherd was around. His family started the first black record label in the United States. This is who I just got to talking to, sir. Like, nigga, what? Like, come on, fam. Is you kidding me? What? Listen, in my mind, bro, that's my nigga. Is y'all still with me, son? Y'all still listening? What, nigga? Nah, I'm talking for an executive. You know what I mean? Like hip hop royalty. To say, yeah, man, I'm a paranoid schizophrenic. Man, this shit'll have you, this game. Man, this shit'll dry you, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like looking at it, I was like, man, I still ain't took my shower from you know, working out in the yard today. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I went and took me a nap. Mel hit me up. He say he just sent me the link. I said I'll be there. It was like 10 minutes before 9. Man, say fam. I just said, man, I shower after the interview. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. You know, I was just gonna wait and let him do all his questions and stuff, but man, you know, when the connection started messing up, I just jumped in. So every time he jump out, it's always somebody up there, you understand? And just, you know, like just to keep it going. You know what I mean? So it just don't look like everything's just, you know. So I sat there and you know, Mel, he cool. You know what I'm saying? Rennie Loke introduced me to him. So sitting there knowing that I'm in the picture. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in the number. I'm in the conversation. The conversation is, you know what I mean, was you there when interviews was being had, when certain conversations was being had? Was you in the meeting room? You know what I'm saying? Did you know what I mean? Who knows you? Who done seen you before? How many hands? Like right now, we virtually shaking hands. I'm virtually shaking hands with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like on here, I done shook hands with hundreds and thousands of people, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you seen my face and we done had an exchange, we done shook hands, my neighbor. You did? Now, for real though, people done honored me. You know what I'm saying? So just to hear how, you know what I mean, how it's all moving. Oh man, it's time to get the bag up. I get the bag up, it's over with. Cause I'm already connected in the industry right now. I already got a man, what? Shit, nigga, I'm already. I just need some money. That's it. All Pharaoh need is some money, man. That's it. I give me some money, dog. It's over with. That's it. That's all I need is some money. Bro, I just talked to Stan Shepherd, fam. Nigga, that's like talking to Jesus. Uh, you know what I'm saying? The Son of God. You know what I'm saying? Now some people gonna say, nah, you can't say no, yes, I can say that. That nigga got, man, that dude right there been around. Man, what? We talking about old money. We talking about like long money. We talking about like For the last, this is the one and only Dr. Pharaoh Ali. I've been daydreaming about suicide, just my halo. Yeah, he said, oh wow. Oh, if anybody listening, this is his song right here, yeah? This is how I cry. I met him today. Ain't no need for no reply. And he came in and just listen. Even though I know I can't. You're welcome. I know I should, but then again I. Bro, look on Bigo right now. Wow. They waiting on me, sorry for the wait. They see it's written all over. Bro, this nigga got 100 million beans, bro. Niggas just jamming my shit, so look at this shit. Let me adjust my halo. I got people who what? Yeah. Nigga, what? Let me adjust my halo. Are you kidding me? They finna be jamming my shit all over Bigo. Let me adjust my halo. When white people start jamming your shit, it's over. He woke up in the morning with a cup of coffee and a cigarette. Okay. The bottle caught his eye, now it's dry, but he didn't even reach it. They asked him, was he out? No reply, he didn't really want to speak it. You can see it in his eye, he wanna fly, he been living with all the regrets. He's showing new emotion, now they think he's going off for the deep end. It's only how you looking at it, in the end it all depends. He been reaching out to everybody, and his arms getting weak. Yeah. How you looking at it? Oh shit, not you live. I seen it because you said you were live. I gotta go back, y'all. Hold up. Let me go back to the song. Wow. We'll go back to the song. He's got me. He's live on YouTube at the same time as we're doing this. So you're live on YouTube right now. Reaching out to everybody, and the song's getting weak. Yeah. I swear to God. I swear to God. But at the time they didn't need anybody, everybody started needing. So let me adjust my halo. Let me adjust my halo. They love that shit. Yes, sir. Let me adjust my halo. He's live. Let me adjust my halo. I did say I was looking for a YouTuber. Wow, and you I'm seeking your presence and drawing you near, 'cause I have so many questions, then they disappear. I'm seeking your presence and drawing you near, 'cause I have so many questions, then they disappear. I'm seeking your presence and drawing you near, 'cause I have so many questions and they disappear. I'm seeking your presence and drawing you near, 'cause I have so many questions, then they disappear. That is crazy, sir. I went in his live this morning. Good shit. Yo, that was actually a vibe. Really that was funny. Wow. Oh, you went to Dr. Pharaoh Ali's live? Yeah, I met him this morning, and then he came in my live a couple times today. Okay. Wow, man. That was actually a really good song. I was not expecting that. Wow.
You know, when he came in, I was not expecting like a country beat with the because I was just having bopping. That was pretty dope. I like that because I've been listening to that type of music for the last. That's definitely the vibe that I got. Yeah, right. And that was crazy. Even though he said I'm from Texas, but that's definitely the vibe that I got. Yo, yeah, right. He's live on the podcast right now. That was crazy. Even though he said I'm from Texas. That's definitely the vibe. Yeah, we gotta get off of there. He's live on a podcast right now. Shout out to Dr. Pharaoh Ali. He's over there podcasting it up on YouTube. Shout out to you. Keep doing your thing. Maybe we're gonna set something up. You can interview me on your podcast. Perfect. I'll teach you about Bigo. You do some music. That was actually pretty dope. That would be lit. Yeah, so we'll set something up. You can interview me on your YouTube podcast. We can talk about, what it's like to be on Bigo. Maybe some of the people that enjoy your music might come over, and see that they can be thing. I'm looking for a YouTuber though. I'm gonna do a talent show that I want to start to broadcast and start to put, replays on YouTube because I feel like when you go search up YouTube and Bigo put together, all you see is mess. All you see is drama. All you see is the screaming, the fighting back and forth, the recaps of people's lives and what they fucked up on. You don't see any talent. Right? You don't see any talent. You don't see any, you don't see the talent showcased. Oh, last week you did that? Yeah, and that's the thing, right? You can share it. So, I think more people need to start streaming when they do stuff. When they have a singer competition, sing, record your performance, put it up on YouTube. Come catch me on Bigo, right? Bring people over, your fans. You get to talk to them one-on-one on a one-on-one basis. It's a lot different. And you can go live on YouTube, but I'd love to learn more about combining the two. Yeah, that's I've been doing this on Bigo for the last 6 years. Damn. Wild, eh? You're from India? Okay. Dolly, the 09. See, and that's the thing. You get to meet new people all over the world. I love Bigo. But I watch a lot of YouTube too, so. I subscribe to Dr. Pharaoh Ali. I was not expecting that, though. That's pretty dope. So cool. He said I made a song for Justin Halo, and then when we played it, I was like, damn, okay, that's a vibe. Yeah. He said make a comment so he can make you an admin. Honest thing. Oh, okay. Honest thing. Oh, okay. Right there.
All right, I got you.
I'm in there.
I got you. That's crazy. Shout out to Big 20, man. All the way from Bigo. Man, y'all, I was sitting up, Big 20 was talking about Bigo. I established Bigonomics a long time ago. When I first got on Bigo and to hear him speak, he's sitting at 100 million. He's sitting at, at the top of his family. I'm not sure if he's the founder or anything, but he sounds like it. But yeah, man, I've been on this app, man, like trying to find it. He's searching. I just came back to Bigo. Y'all seen we just got back on there. And so now just being in a conversation with Stan Shepherd about this, and now we jump out the interview with Stan Shepherd. Now here goes a guy on the app who's, I'm talking about, world renowned. If you really think about it, Big 20, like I've seen his name a lot of times. I sat in a session that he did like sometime last week, and He's like, maybe well, you can interview him. So yeah, y'all. In the last 21 days, y'all been watching. Y'all been seeing it. People been giving me my honor. I've been honoring, and I've been in honorable conversations with legends. This is the year of the legend, fam. Like next year, I'm gonna get what I'm supposed to have, fam. This is the birth of a legend right here. These moments, these days right here is the birth of a legend. I'm finna be one of the biggest artists that ever come out of Texas, fam. I just told Stan Shepherd about my new genre, Parlo. Like, y'all don't even understand. Like, we paving. You dig? Now, I know we've been on here for a while. Everybody tired, this and that. But I'm finna go live on Bigo. Well, matter of fact, I gotta go shower first. I still got farming and gardening on me. And then I'm going live on Bigo. So I see y'all there. Gone.